This is the SHIB coin 1 month overview reading for September 2022. It's currently August 15th, 2022, 8:42 p.m. So the overall theme and behavior is sideways rotation along a key support level that ends with a fast sudden move to the upside. It's crossed with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords key technical resistance level. And what it looks like we have here is, for the most part, a lot of sideways movement throughout the month with a breakout through resistance level that we attempt to break through several times. A breakout through that towards the end of the month. A temporary breakout, I should say. There is one sharp drop early on, so let's get into it. The behavior around the month's high is failed attempt to break through key resistance level, followed by a decline through key support level, and that's on a 1 month chart or multi-month chart. It could even be, and then it looks like the behavior around the low, the price level of the month's low, is actually a good price level from which to open up a straddle or a strangle utilizing options. I'll likely be doing that. Matter of fact, they won't because it's retrograde, but that's a good price level to notate for SHIB, because we'll see a higher level and a lower level in the near future. Looks like there's a key price level that's highlighted in October as well. All right, so around the first, we have 3 pokes through the same price level, followed by a decline through a sharp decline after that third poke. Looks like there may be a bit of like a move higher retraced fully back down to where the move higher started around the second, and there's a notable move to the upside on the third. Looks like we may have a prominent high here on the third. We hit an important resistance level with an unexpected move upwards, and then that unexpected move upwards is then followed by, on the fourth, a decline from overbought territory. There's a decline down to a month's first low here. We have a swing trade opportunity every day, each day of the first 5 days. The first swing trade opportunity on the first takes place involving an opportunity to open up a long position in the midst of a decline. On the second, the trade opportunity involves a sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of volatility. A notable drop on the third day is involved in the swing trade. On the fourth on the fourth day, it's that price level from which we sell off. That's the trade opportunity. The universal hexagram is also where's my water? It's also correlated here as well. So important resistance level met somewhere around like the third or the fourth, and then we have a swing trade opportunity on the fifth as well. There's some deception around a low on the fifth, and a swing trade opportunity involving a fast sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of volatility. On the 6th, we have a rally that increases with momentum moving into the end of the day. We reach resistance around that same key resistance around the 7th, and fall pretty sharply to a minor trough here for the month. The following day, we see another low for the month as we continue to fall, and there's a decline there from that key resistance level again. Sorry guys, I'm still learning some of these ruins. Okay, so what happens is we fall sharply to a minor trough for the month here on the 7th after hitting resistance, and then we likely open up higher than we close on the 7th, but hit resistance again and then decline sharper or decline further. Universal hexagram also correlated to this area right here, so around the 8th. On the 9th, we got a lot going on the 9th. There's 2 local highs on the 9th. So what I mean by local high is that when you look at a one-day chart of the 9th, you'll see 2 prominent crests that form. One involves sideways rotation along a support level, increasing with bullish sentiment and momentum as we move forward in time, and the other crest will form involving a sudden dip within a period of volatility. There's 2 trade opportunities here, so there may be the closing of a swing trade and an opening of a swing trade, or it may be a day trade here. But one trade here involves a decline that marks an opportunity to open up a long position. The other one involves a fast sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of volatility. On the 10th, we have a swing trade opportunity. We have, and that involves a fast sudden move higher, marking the end of a period of volatility. Right. But that move higher, so it looks like we actually start to move higher on the somewhere on the 9th, like maybe towards the end of the 9th, but that move higher is stalled out somewhere on the 10th, and there's a decline through multiple support levels. On the 11th, we have a key support level highlighted. We may be attempting to establish key support, like a new support here on the 11th, in the midst of a rally higher. On the 12th, though, there is there's a rally higher, but there may be a low towards the end of the day as well. That's interesting. And so in the midst of that rally higher, I'm advised to open up some protection, if that's possible with SHIB. I'm not sure that is. Maybe if there's like an ETF for it, you could play that short, but I don't know if there is, guys. On the 12th, we revisit a support level when we have a sudden dip within a period of sideways rotation, and that support level was a recent past opportunity. There's a swing trade opportunity involving a decline that offers an opportunity to open up a long position. An important resistance, a key resistance level is highlighted as well here on the 12th and on the 13th. There's the halting of a bullish trend on the 13th. So somewhere in the midst, between like the 12th and the 13th, there's a little bit of a move to the upside. And that move to the upside is halted when we have a decline through a critical support level to meet another month's low here on the 13th. The Queen of Wands, out of the low on the 13th, there'll be a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance to meet secondary resistance, and then there'll be a dip back to somewhere between those two. On the 14th, there's a rally, a notable move higher on a 1-month chart. It'll stand out. Big move towards the early part of the day. We have a key support level that's highlighted as well. We attempt to establish key support. And then there's a one local high and one local low. Again, a local high and a local low means that on the one-day chart for the 14th, we'll see one prominent crest and one prominent trough. And we have a sharp dip within a period of volatility involved in the local high. We have a move higher through resistance. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through that same price level involved in the low. On the 15th, we have another prominent trough for the month. There's a decline, a brief opportunity. It looks like probably on the 14th was the opportunity was a brief opportunity to sell, and now we're back in the midst of a decline through key support levels after meeting a resistance level, and there's a key trough there for the month. On the 16th, we have a critical technical price level here, and I'll take note here of the price level on the 16th to basically like identify that as the truce price level. We should see some flattening out of like volatility or volume. Possibly a good crest here on the 16th, actually. And then on the 17th, we have a move higher through a resistance level, followed by a decline back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. One local low involved, which is involved in that move higher and back down. There's a swing trade opportunity on the... Oh, this is the 18th. Yikes. On the 18th... Swing trade opportunity on the 18th in the midst of multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. There's a bit of volatility over the 18th that ends with a fast sudden move to the upside. However, there's another swing trade opportunity on the 19th, multiple headwinds pushing SHIB coin lower. Swing trade opportunity again in the midst of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move to the upside. On the Oh, nice. Okay, so I only did that there. So on the 20th, there's a fast sudden move higher. One local low that will form when out of a decline. We have a move all the way from the bottom of a range to the top of a range. And there's a swing trade opportunity in the midst of a decline that offers an opportunity to open up a long position. The 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd really, I sense here, especially around the 22nd, or the 21st, 22nd, I really sense here there's a low here, there's a month's low here, again, and this is an opportunity to open up a long position for the coming high that we should see early in October, a long position to sell in early October. There's a swing trade opportunity as well here. If you want to do a shorter term trade between like the 20th or the 23rd, you open up longs and close on the 24th roughly. On the 22nd, we have two local lows and one local high in the midst of a prominent decline on a one-day chart. That decline, like I said, marks an opportunity to open up a long position. The two local lows that form on the one-day chart of the 22nd, one of them will form when out of a decline. We have a move from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of the range. The other local low will involve some erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. The local high will involve a sudden dip out of the high, which will form within a period of volatility. And there's one swing trade there in the midst of a decline, like I said, to open up a long position. Looks like we attempt to establish support here on the 23rd. Multiple false tops, multiple false bottoms, something like that. There's something very tricky that goes on the 23rd, maybe an intentional fake out or something, but more likely multiple false tops of some sort. And we have a failed attempt, or we have an attempt to establish support here. On the 24th, we have a U-shaped dip from that price level. We attempt to establish support. Down to a low, and around the low there's a move higher through resistance on a one-day chart, and then a break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. U-shaped dip for their overall behavior of the 24th. On the 25th, we have three local highs. It looks to me like there's a pretty prominent crest that forms here on the 25th. I'm advised to open up some protection in the midst of a rally here, and this card marks the completion of a rally. We have three local highs here. So on a one-day chart for the 25th, there's three local highs. One that forms in the midst of some sideways bullish price swings. The other one that forms when we have three crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend. And then the third one forms when we have a period of volatility that ends with a sudden dip. And then the following day we hit resistance, a key resistance level. There's sideways fluctuations along support throughout the day with equal amounts of bulls and bears. And there's there's a prominent trough for the month that stands out on the 26th as well. Also on the 27th, so somewhere around the 26th or the 27th, there's likely a prominent trough. On the 27th, out of a decline, there's a fast sudden move higher that marks the end of that decline. We meet resistance, a key resistance, again on the 27th, and it looks like there's either a closing of a swing trade and the opening of a swing trade, or there's a day trade opportunity here on the 27th. One of the trades involves profit taking from an overbought crest or peak. and the other one involves a notable decline. It'll stand out on a one-day chart. On the 28th, we have a prominent move higher that is matched by a prominent move back down, a full retracement back down to where that move higher had started. There's a swing trade opportunity in the midst of a decline. There's an opportunity to open up a long position. And the one local low that we'll see on the chart for the 29th, or excuse me, for the 28th, it involves out of a decline. There's a move from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range. On the 29th, we have sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend that precedes a decline, and one local low on the 29th involving a move higher through a resistance on a one-day chart and then breaking back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. Another prominent trough for the month on the 30th after we hit some resistance, and there's an attempt to establish support here on the 30th as well. Sneak preview for the following month, and an important price level again is still highlighted here. The piece card, it may very well be the price level from the 16th. We'll have to see. Guys, that's a SHIB coin September 2022 reading. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Share with your friends. Subscribe if you've subscribed. Guys, most importantly, when you make money from this reading, pay a little bit of that forward, pay a little bit of that backwards, and with the 90% left over, do what you got to do with that. Just make sure it's out of love, and the universe is going to pay it back tenfold in all directions. I'll see you on the next one.